Have you ever made a decision based on inaccurate information? I think a lot of us have had that experience. What happens when you make decisions based on things that are not true? Yeah, it usually doesn't turn out well, right? My wife and I, years ago, we made an investment based on inaccurate, untrue information. And yeah, we lost tens of thousands of dollars on that because we had untrue information. Things that we believed in, and we made a decision based on that, but then later found out that it wasn't true. And if anybody have had experiences like that, you know that when we make decisions based on untrue information, it doesn't turn out well. I think that we need to be aware of things in our lives like that. It's happening probably every day. We're making decisions based on inaccurate or untrue information. There's a lot of talk recent years about something called false beliefs or limiting beliefs. And this is good because we're becoming aware of this situation. Some people call it negative self-talk, right? These false beliefs about ourselves. You might be in a conversation with somebody and they'll say, wow, that is a really good idea that you had. You should create a business and have an income from that idea. And you just dismiss that. Wow, no way, I can't do my own business. I have no experience. I wouldn't even know where to get started. And so you limit your thinking and your opportunity because you don't believe that is a possibility. A limiting belief. What if someone says, come and train with me, let's run this marathon, and you just, wow, that's way beyond me. Thoughts and feelings like that are false limiting beliefs. We have great potential, and I think that we're starting to get good at recognizing on these bigger items that we're having these limiting or false beliefs. Maybe just to kind of clarify, so limiting or false beliefs are any of those thoughts or feelings that you're having that kind of put down who you are as a person, or what your potential is, or what opportunities maybe are around you. Those false beliefs restrict all of those things. And like I said, I think we're getting good at seeing the higher level things. You should go look at this house. You were looking for a new house. Oh, it's a 10,000 square foot home. I could never afford that. Maybe that seems true, but maybe at some point you actually have the potential to achieve such a thing. But we just automatically just throw it out because we have false beliefs about ourselves and our potential and opportunities. But I think there's a level of this that we're not quite tapping into yet. I call it a more subtle level. It happens more on a day-to-day, just mundane, smaller day-to-day routines and activities that we're going through. You know, maybe as you go through your day, if you're paying attention, you might hear things like, I can never get up on time, I'm always late, I just don't get that concept, I'll never understand this person. All of those kinds of thoughts are limiting false beliefs. They keep you bound down into this level down here when really your possibilities, your potential, your abilities are way up here, and we just don't believe it, and so we don't even make the effort to try. You might hear some people say, well, that's just the way I am. I can't change that. Wait, that is a really common false belief, because the way you are is not the way you were meant to be. We were meant to learn and grow and change and develop, and so that's a really common false belief, that that's just the way I am. We could get good at catching these more subtle levels. I think they are actually more destructive than when we're looking at bigger things where we can easily recognize a false belief because it is so big that just seems outrageous. Someone will point out to you, but yeah, false belief. Well, but it's the smaller day-to-day things that I think are actually more destructive to us. And if we could get good at catching those things and flushing them out, that would give us the mental and emotional strength that we need to then tap into those bigger things. Take on the lower levels first. And the first step to that really is just catching it. You need to start paying attention whenever you notice a thought or a feeling that is saying I can't, or I shouldn't, or I won't, or limits your possibility thinking or your opportunity thinking or your self-worth in some way, write those down. I think that's the first step, just getting clear on what that thought is. Write it out in a complete statement. And when you see that statement, if you'll just write a statement that describes the complete opposite of that, then you'll have a statement that is a lot closer to the truth than the previous statement that you had. So get good at flushing out these day-to-day subtle levels of false beliefs, and then that will increase your ability to tackle the bigger ones. But there's also another area of false beliefs that I think we're missing, and that is the false beliefs about others. And this really ruins our relationships. It wrecks marriages, it ruins relationships between parents and children, co-workers, neighbors, whatever it might be, extended family members. I believe that those false beliefs that we have about other people, they restrict and limit us just as much as those false beliefs about ourselves. And we really need to start catching this. Same thing. What are you thinking and feeling about the possibilities and the potential and the capabilities of other people? Are you hearing thoughts that they just will never get it? They're not good enough for that. They'll never amount to anything. They've got this weakness and they're stuck with that forever. Whatever, all those kinds of things, they don't just limit what you see in that person, but that reflects back to you, and I think that is restricting you as well. We need to all work on catching these false beliefs. So that's what I'm encouraging you today. Pay closer attention to those thoughts and feelings, and if they are attacking your self-worth, your potential, your possibilities, your ability to see opportunities either toward yourself or other people, we need to stop that. We need to catch it and turn that around. And it will make a difference. It will make a difference. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do. Just go put some effort into catching your thinking and flush out those false beliefs.